do, he would be Minister of the Occult. Angelique would probably be Secretary of Defense or something. I don't know what Carlin would be running. What would Willie Loman be in the cabinet? I mean Willie Loman. What would Willie be in the cabinet? What do you think? He'd just be running. He'd be Minister of the Liquor Cabinet. Listen. I don't know, but I want to thank you all for having me at your party. You've been having a... For any rappers in the audience, I ask for your I give you my apologies in advance. So remember now, I'm going to start this, and then I'm going to point, and you repeat what I said like the bouncing ball 7 years ago. Our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty, and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now, Lincoln looks around. Lincoln can't imagine. He's my God, what's going on here? He says, but it looks around, the people are seemingly having a good time, so let's get on with it, huh? Now we are engaged in a great civil war. Testing whether that nation, or any nation, so conceived and so dedicated, can long endure. Now there are shouts of amen. Amen. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. Now the young choir member was speaking faster, so now we're really up. You ready for this? Okay, but in a larger sense. We cannot dedicate. We cannot concentrate. We cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here and consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note, nor all remember what we say here. You're losing energy, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us the living, rather to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. Now, many choir members now are standing up. We gotta stand up, and we are raising, and we are saying, amen. All right. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion, that we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, for the people, by the people, for the people, my mistake,